There's a new gold rush opportunity for entrepreneurs, but 99.9% of people will miss out on it. The attention economy is now worth billions of dollars, and in 2023, Mr. Beast is set to become the first ever YouTube billionaire. But people's attention is a limited resource, and only those people that start building a media empire now will have any hope of cashing in on this opportunity. My name is Matt Gray. I started and sold the first technology bootcamp in Canada when I was just 23 years old for 8 figures. I then went on to build the largest and most engaged cannabis community in the world of over 14 million people, and I now run a portfolio of internet businesses doing over $5 million of revenue a year. In this video, we're going to go over 5 steps to get you from being unknown online to growing your personal brand consistently at 20% month over month in 12 weeks until you have a community of 100,000 cult followers. Let's get into it. So to be successful, you really need 2 things. One is you need a proven system to follow, and 2, a willingness to show up and put in the work. The reality is here, I can't do the work for you. But the system I'm about to show you today has been used over and over again to create successful brands and content millionaires. Today, I'm going to share with you my exact system for growing a massive brand, audience, and community of raving fans. Now, normally this stuff is reserved for people in my $24,000 mastermind. So make sure you have a pen and paper handy and turn off any distractions because I don't want you to miss this. I'm going to bring you through the exact systems, the steps. We're going to help you start to build your operating system, narrow in on your niche, grow a community of raving fans, and then show you how you can eventually go and build out your business across people, product, and process and scale it to the next level. This is all stuff that we dive into in Founder OS program, but I want to go and help you unlock a lot of this right here, right now in this video. Step 1 is determine your niche. You're competing with every brand for the new most valuable resource, attention. You need to stand out and draw in your ideal audience. The solution is picking a niche. So there are 6 ways to niche down. Number 1, identify a problem. For example, target burnout, saving money, or investing. Number 2 is focus on an industry. So you could focus on tech, sustainability, or media. Number 3 is target a demographic. For example, you could target people that are 18 to 24. Number 4 is you could target a location like NYC, LA, or Mexico City. Number 5 is you could target interests like runners, backpackers, or painters. Or number 6, you could target a business model like SaaS founders, course creators, or coaches. Now, if you need further help determining your niche, there's another method that I encourage people to check out, and it's finding your ikigai. Ikigai is this Japanese concept that stands for finding your reason for being. This ikigai sits at the center of these 4 quadrants: passion, mission, vocation, and profession. This is the sweet spot. If you can find something right in your ikigai, in that reason for being, your calling, and build a business, a living off that, imagine how amazing your life would be. This is what I focus on when I'm building a business, is I want to find something that's in my calling, and my calling is really helping founders with proven systems grow their audience, their brand, and community. This is what I love to do. This is what gets me out of bed in the morning. Now, step 2 is to identify your target audience. This is the number 1 mistake that I see most founders make. They use some spray and pray method to go and build an audience online. This does not work. You want to be a sniper. You want to have that surgeon-like precision, my friends. And you want to go and you want to target the exact people that you want to eventually drive to your community and go and funnel them in. And again, it's about quality over quantity. The next aspect I want to show you here is the Founder OS content funnel. This is something we go into depth in the Founder OS program, which if you're interested, you can find the link in the description. But the quick and dirty of it is this. The goal is to attract the right people and then push them down this funnel as quickly as possible, moving them from the social platforms in your rented audience down to your owned audience in your newsletter, and then your monetized audience in whatever you're selling them. This is where the magic exists, because you want to not only grow a massive audience, but you want to make a lot of money from that audience as well. So you have the freedom, the clarity, the ability to live your life, the ability to live your dreams, the ability to work on your business, not in your business. And the freedom that you seek is going to come from some of the money you generate, which is going to come from funneling people through this as quickly as possible. So the question is, who are you creating content for? So this is the equation to keep it super simple. You want to think of who you can help, who cares, and who can buy. This all equals your ideal audience member. So now that we're clear on who we want to create content for, now we actually got to go and attract our ideal following. So you want to ask yourself, what are my 4 content categories? I'd encourage you to write those down right now. At Founder OS, I focus on marketing, audience, community, and systems. And these 4 content categories become the drumbeat of my marketing. These are the things that I'm constantly writing about on platforms like Twitter, on LinkedIn. I'm making my YouTube content around that, my Instagram content, and I'm funneling those people to my newsletter where I'm writing about these things in my newsletter. Every topic that I write about falls into these 4 buckets. It's either something on marketing, audience, community, or systems. Join the FounderOS newsletter via the link in the description below, and you'll receive a free vision board system worth over $200 and a chance to apply to join FounderOS program. All right, so now we want to make a plan to win your chosen platforms. My advice is simple. Choose 2 platforms and win on them. Be the best on those 2 platforms and crush it versus spreading yourself too thin. This is what I used on Twitter to grow to over 170,000 followers in just 1 year. So the formula is super simple: experience plus value plus clarity. So here's how I did it. For experience, I shared the exact playbooks that I used to grow Herb to a community of 14 million people and over $5 million of annual revenue. For value, I'm constantly sharing successful slides, playbooks, and emails I've used. And for clarity, I share everything with no BS, no fluff. I'm just sharing the exact stuff that I wish that I had 14 years ago. I'm almost speaking to my past self, the 21-year-old Matt that was lost, confused, overwhelmed, and I had no idea how to build an audience, a community, a brand. And so I'm giving that past version of myself the proven systems that Matt would have needed back then and really fast track success. This experience plus value plus clarity formula will set your personal brand on fire. So no matter what niche you're in, use this formula to stand out. It is the ticket to win it. And here you can see on Twitter different threads I've used that embody this formula. Whether it was this post on the best marketing ads of all time that got over 45 million views, 262,000 likes, and over 31,000 retweets. Or this post where I taught people 11 steps to start their own business that had over 11,000 likes, 2,400 retweets, and got over 10 million views. This simple formula literally has blown up my personal brand, and I'm giving it to you here today because I want you to have the exact same experience. You now have your niche, your audience, and you've chosen your content categories. So step 3 is we're going to scale your content creation. It's time to put your content creation into overdrive and start acquiring thousands of followers. So this is my exact creation process. Now, my belief is that the Super Bowl is won in the preseason. And so you want to make sure that you're waking up to create content and you're already prepared. And the way to do that is to curate inspiration the night before. The night before is your opportunity to get organized and clear on the content you want to make the next morning. And so you wake up with an amount of gusto, with the energy, the zest, the clarity to create content that is going to help you stand out online and build your empire. And so when I wake up, I know exactly what I'm looking to get done. I'm clear on the exact content I want to write. So I go and I sit down with an iced Americano and I go and I pump out 5 pieces of content. From there, I often go take a break. I go walk on the beach here in Mexico, go relax, maybe go for a run. And then I come back and I edit. And this is the process. It's super simple. But too many founders that I know, they make this massive mistake of basically just like waking up. They have no checklist, no idea what they want to get done. They look at a blank piece of paper. They experience writer's block. That's not the way to do it. I don't want to see you do that. There's a better way. And the way is this, right? Use this creation process. Before you go to bed at night, get clear on the exact pieces of content you want to write the next day. My belief is that subconsciously, when you're asleep, you're actually going to help process a lot of that content and think through it just subconsciously while you're sleeping. That way you wake up in the morning, you have the energy, you have the clarity, and you get after it. And you're able just to pump out those 5 pieces of content generally in like an hour. And then from there, take a break, go relax, go experience nature, get outside, get some sunlight, go back, edit for half an hour, and you're done. So use this content creation process to stand out online. So people often ask me, how do I curate such great content? Well, I use things like Instagram collections and save content there. I save things to my Twitter bookmarks, my LinkedIn saves, and I use tools like Twemex to save the best content possible on Twitter. These are a few of the areas that you can go and you can use these tools, right? You can use your Instagram collections, your Twitter bookmarks, LinkedIn saves, and Twemex to go and save your favorite content from your favorite creators. And then when you're looking to go and write your piece of content in a given day, use the content that you love on these platforms as inspiration. If it caught your eye, if it caught your attention, there's something to be said to that. If you're looking to write something in the golf niche and you found a dope piece of content that you loved on Twitter, go and look at that piece of content and the general structure and copywriting to it and mimic it for your post on golf. You can go and use the content that's grabbing your attention to then manufacture attention in your niche. The next thing that is absolutely essential if you want to crush it online and build a massive audience and cult following is you need to ensure that every day you're dedicating some time for flow. Flow is that experience of just losing track of time. It's when you're working on something that you love, that you're amazing at, and without any distractions. My belief is that you need to dedicate 4 hours a day for deep work. You need to prioritize flow, because if you want to write content to stand out online and to dominate your niche, the truth is that you need to be working at your best, and you can't work at your best if you're constantly distracted. If you can't do 4 hours, do 2 hours. If you can't do 2, do 1, but do something. Every day, if you look at my calendar, I block off from 6 a.m. till 10 a.m. No excuses, no nothing, no distractions. That's my time. And that is when I create my best stuff. I'm fresh, my motivation's at a high, I'm organized from the night before, and I just go and crush through creative tasks that help me go absolutely beast mode on the content I'm putting out there and stand out. If you want to do the same, I think it comes down to your daily routines. Excellence is a daily habit, and the habit that you need to formulate is consistency, is producing, publishing, writing, putting yourself out there. You need to prioritize the tasks that are most important. And I believe that you need to prioritize deep work. And the next step here is we need to rev up our community. And in this example, rev stands for being real, being engaging, and being vulnerable. My belief is that vulnerability is really how you stand out online. It's the birthplace of love, of community, of connection. It's really the key to standing out. You see a lot of people and they just put out random content. They're just kind of spraying and praying out there. And I think the winners long-term in the attention economy will be those that are not afraid to be vulnerable. Share your biggest failures, your biggest achievements, and the biggest lessons that you've learned. I've done this over the last 10 years, and I can tell you the more vulnerable I am, the more I attract my dream customer, because I feel like they can genuinely sense the amount that I care about them. They can see that I've gone through similar struggles to them, and it creates a level of relatability. And this is what's super key, not only for standing out, not only for driving people through to money, but at the end of the day, vulnerability is key for just creating really rich relationships. And I think that that's ultimately what a lot of us are after, right? Happiness in life really comes down to relationships. And I think that vulnerability is at the core of that. So prioritize vulnerability. The next thing you want to make sure you're doing is dialing in your copywriting. And in Founder OS program, this is something we go deep in. I actually just share the best templates, the best formulas that I've built over the last 10 years, so you can just steal them and use them yourself. So if you're ever interested in that, you can check out the link for the program in the description. Copywriting comes down to these 4 pillars: educate, entertain, engage, and emotion. With educate, we want to build trust in our niche. The overarching goal of all this content is to build trust with our dream customer. We want to entertain people, right? My belief is that the best content is this perfect merger between education and entertainment. Next, we want to engage people. We want to evoke a level of conversation, and we want to drive real emotional connection. Next is we want to drill into emotion. We want to make people feel some type of way. We want to rile them up. When people feel emotion, they get connected. When people are connected, you're able to really drive that cult following around your personal brand, around your niche, and build your empire. Now, the next thing is you need to implement regular check-ins. You have to know your numbers, right? If you're putting content out there, but you're not checking the data, you're not checking your numbers, you're flying blind. And the truth is that a lot of the story for the growth that you're looking for can be found in the numbers. So don't ignore them. You want to know which content is most effective with your audience and where your buyer's coming from. And then you're able to figure out what works and then just do more of it. It sounds super simple, but this exercise on a weekly basis starts to seriously dial in your content engine. And so you're constantly stopping the stuff that's not working and dialing in the stuff that really does. And when you put in those reps every week, every month, every year, you'd be shocked at how fast you can start growing. And so don't ignore the data. Data is your secret weapon. You want to double down on the patterns of things that you're seeing working and then double down. And this is the kind of stuff that I help people with in Founder OS program, really understanding and making sense of the data, the patterns behind the content, so you can go and really refine your strategy week by week and month by month and build an unbelievable media empire around yourself and get the freedom you're really after and ultimately serve your audience better than anyone else in the world. Now, the last thing that I want to show you to do is how to hack the algorithms with engagement pods. So an engagement pod is simple. You can go and get 7 friends, add them to a group like WhatsApp, and the rule is super simple. If anyone shares a piece of content in that group, everyone else goes in almost immediately and comments and likes on it. And this kind of hijacks the algorithm. When your friends all go and comment on your piece of content that was shared in the group, it helps it rise to the top of the newsfeed and ultimately gives it some more juice that's needed to help it go viral. And so this is a major hack and an added way to stand out. When you hone in your target audience, you have the copywriting, and then you add in this secret weapon, this will help you grow 5 times faster. The next thing you want to think about is setting up your content tech stack. So here's my content tech stack. I'm using Taplio to schedule LinkedIn, Twemex to find top tweets, Hypefury to schedule Twitter, Beehive for my newsletter, School is the community platform I use for FounderOS, Kajabi is where I host all my courses, and WordPress is what I use for blogs. All right, step 4 is we want to monetize your audience. The second biggest mistake I see founders make is they don't properly monetize their audience. The reality is we're building this massive community of raving fans so that we can funnel those people through to money. We want to sell stuff. Money brings freedom. It brings us the ability to go and travel the world, work from anywhere, really live the life of our dreams. And so we want to make sure that we're effectively driving people down the funnel and taking those ideal customers and driving them through to money, whether it's making money from your SaaS business, a course, your coaching program, or anything in between. We want to make sure that we're using key monetization moments to turn our audience into money. And the thing is that selling something automatically positions you as an expert and helps you become known as the go-to in a particular area. This works wonders for increasing your word of mouth growth. So making money online doesn't have to be complicated. It's just simply the intersection of your audience and then something to sell them. So we want to listen to our audience as we're growing online and just start to understand what it is they want from us. So you may be asking, how can you figure out what to offer? Well, there's a few strategies you can use. Number 1, you can just ask your audience. Number 2 is you can just pay attention to what people ask you for. And number 3 is you can see what topics resonate with your audience and then turn those things into a product. So there's a bunch of different ways that you can turn your audience into money. And here are some examples. You can start a SaaS business, a Slack community, offer group sessions, digital products, subscriptions, memberships, masterminds, courses, one-to-one calls, videos, or books. There are so many ways to turn your audience into money. And these are just a sample of them. Now, my friends, the attention economy is here, but the window for massive audience growth won't be around for long. Like any amazing thing, these windows, these opportunities, they close. It's the simple diffusion of innovation. And where we're at right now is at this early adopter stage. And when you see these sorts of opportunities that are staring you right in the eye, you want to make sure that you capture them before the majority come in. The good news is that tech is advancing so fast, and it's never been easier to build a personal brand. AI is getting better and better, and there are more tools than ever to help you. Because the truth is, only those that start building their audience now can expect to make it out on top in the coming decades. So step 5 all comes down to accountability, and I'd encourage you to join FounderOS. FounderOS program will help you fast track your ability to build a massive online community and funnel those people into money. The truth is, you need to have accountability and you need to surround yourself with fellow legends that are doing this.
Go sign up to the FounderOS newsletter via the link in the description. Join 50,000 other founders who are receiving actionable insights to grow their personal brand, amass a huge community, and work less while earning more.
I would encourage you to fast track all the learning, all the mistakes, all that stuff, and just learn from me. Learn from the community of people that we've built at FounderOS program. I've worked with thousands of founders, and I've learned that there's 2 things that keep people from taking action. One is a lack of clarity or uncertainty. This results in action paralysis, where people just don't take action. They're often confused on things like their vision, their niche. You're confused on maybe how to grow your audience, or maybe you're just confused on how to actually execute. The other thing that prevents people from taking action is a lack of accountability. Accountability transforms action from a concept to reality. The difference between wishing something would happen and actually making it happen. What if I told you that I could help you build your own successful audience, brand, and community, eliminating any guesswork, giving you a shortcut on your brand building journey, and ensuring you had the accountability needed to achieve success? All right, so to work with me is expensive. I charge $10,000 for consulting. However, I want to help 10 million founders create massive waves in the world as they go about fulfilling their vision. And that's why I created FounderOS program. FounderOS program helps you with these 5 things. It's going to help you scale your audience, brand, and community through proven systems. You're going to get 8 hours of group coaching directly from me. You're going to join an exclusive community of founders helping one another scale. And you're going to have the ability to leverage proven systems that I've spent over 20,000 hours on and spent over $6 million creating. It's also going to help you scale up faster, free up your time, and most importantly, just have more fun. And the proof is in the pudding. FounderOS is changing the game. Here's a quote from Zach Murray, who went through the program. He's a designer from a billion-dollar brand, and he wanted a proven framework for rapid audience growth and to nail his personal brand. In 60 days, he grew his monthly recurring revenue by 3.5x and has now grown it by over 5x. Zach says, "Can't believe I've ever worked without you. Since beginning to work together, I've grown 4Play's MRR 3.5x in the last 60 days thanks to the systems you've given me. FounderOS program has helped me thoughtfully build a sick business, land my targeted audience, and develop a clear plan to a lifestyle and customer base I'm excited for. Or take Nicole Murphy. She's the founder and CEO of Tall Size and the owner of a marketing consulting business. She applied the systems that she was taught to further establish herself as a thought leader in her space. She's grown her consulting business, and she's dialed in the content pillars for her brand. 20x is the average ROI reported by graduates from the Founder West program. So here's what you get when you join Founder West program. You're gonna get 4 hours of video courses from me. You get live coaching sessions with me directly. You're gonna get an Own Your Niche playbook so you can really hone in and win your niche. You're gonna get hiring and interview templates I've perfected over the last decade. You're gonna get to join the private Founder OS community. This is where there's a bunch of successful elite founders just like you that are looking to grow their audience and community and all helping one another. You're gonna get my content strategy template that I've used to build a community of 14 million people at Herb. You're gonna get all my scaling cheat sheets. And you're even going to get a company wiki Notion template so you can organize all your people, your processes, all your systems in one place so you can scale a lot faster. This program has made a real impact and transformed lives. Now, here are some frequently asked questions that people have, and I want to help clear them up. So you may be wondering, how do I know this works? Well, I've built a community of 14 million people. I've built 3 profitable companies in 14 years. I've used these proven systems, frameworks, and cheat codes to build small startups into $50 million plus companies. So you may be wondering, what if I'm too busy and don't have time? Well, this is a crash course on how to build a loyal community, compelling content, and a valuable business. If you don't have 3 hours to dedicate to this program, then it's probably not for you. I want to work with entrepreneurs that are really serious and have a real desire to win their niche. You may be asking, well, what if I'm not confident in my abilities? These systems and formulas have worked with people that have literally started with nothing, with no clarity and no vision. And I will be there with you every step of the way. And then lastly, you may be wondering, how long is this program? Well, there's really 2 options. One is you can go through the program on your own time, and that takes about 3 hours total. Second is you can go through the program with live Q&A and mentorship, and this is what most people choose to do. So you're going to learn directly from me, and that's just a few extra hours of time. This program has been my life's work. I have put blood, sweat, tears, all these systems over 14 years into this program so that I could serve founders better than anyone else in the world. My goal is to help you build a successful online brand, build a massive audience and a community of raving fans in a fraction of the time. I want to help you gain clarity and the freedom that you're after by bringing your business from a 7-figure business to an 8-figure business and then all the way through to exit. We want to make sure that you're able to work on your business and not in your business. And I've poured my heart and soul into this program. My goal is to give you all the systems that I wish I had 14 years ago when I was just getting started. These proven systems have worked for thousands of founders just like you to help them grow a massive audience and a cult following around their brand. My goal is to help you build that profitable media empire after so you can scale your business like crazy. And all the while, I want you to have a ton of fun, feel a ton of energy around your business, and ultimately make a massive impact because I genuinely believe in you. Join the Founder West newsletter via the link in the description below, and you'll receive a free vision board system worth over $200 and a chance to apply to join Founder West program. I appreciate you watching this video. Let's get after it relentlessly, and I'll see you in the program.